He's the latest sensation from Australia, Guru Glenn Cooper, and he's changing lives with a brand new fishing show.
Fishing Guru Glenn Cooper.
Hey, welcome to That's the Thing About Fishing. This is our first live stream from Belmarine. Tonight we're here at Belmarine. We're going to have a bit of fun tonight. I've got a couple of people here. One of our special guests is Dr. Paul Hardy Smith. Hey, listen, this is because we're just amateurs and we're a couple of just hacks, right? We make mistakes.
Actually speak for yourself about that. Come on there, mate. You're hurting our feelings between Nui and I here, mate.
Mate, you could have done your hair.
I could have.
The problem is we've got no makeup artists around, so I try to do you know, I even washed my mo, shampooed it. And you know something, Nui? What? Guess what? I couldn't do anything with it.
No, you should have planned it.
I should have trimmed a lot into my hair.
Hey, one day we'll actually do a haircut of Nui. It was a bit of fun that night. You
No,
were there.
You could do a motor.
No, hey, he got back from plastering, cementing, and his hair was just full of cement. And you should have seen me trying to cut his hair.
Never
Oh, really?
Never again, mate.
We actually bent the thing, so I had to pull it apart, didn't I? Anyway, let's get back to it. Anyway, I'm going to introduce to our team. This is Carl Commy Carl. I like to call him Kumi. I don't know why, but I call him Commy Carl.
Yeah, I don't know why either. I'm just trying to figure it out myself.
And you know what? Anyways, he never stops talking. He won't give anyone a chance. No, I'm going to joke.
Nah, you're right there,
Anyway,
mate. It's all good.
What we're going to do, Carl has actually come up with a new segment called, what is it?
It's called Yip Yip Fisho Talk. Watch later on, guys. You'll enjoy
Hey,
it.
the camera's there.
Yeah, I know it's there and also there. So we've got it all over the place.
That one.
Okay. Hello there,
That's
fellas.
where the people are watching you.
Yeah, but tonight we also got a segment on. We're going to be down at Patterson Lakes. Just watch on later on.
Right. There's plenty of time to talk. And anyway, we've got Nui. Brian, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good mate, it's here. Good to be here.
Why do they call you Nui?
Oh, it's the nickname I've had since a young fella still.
Is that what your mum and dad called you back then, or is it your brother?
No, family, yeah.
I know.
Family, yeah.
I know every show has actually got a mailbag, so we thought we'd have that one too. And we couldn't think of anything else for Nui to do, so we called it Nui's mailbag. So he'll actually be bringing some questions. You've got a couple tonight, haven't you?
We'll bring some questions on and we'll be taking calls after 8 o'clock tonight.
8 o'clock tonight, and that's exactly what we'll be doing. And we'll also be doing a bit of a live cross talk to
Dog down at Warneek.
Can you let me talk?
Sorry, mate. I was just enjoying it.
Paul, think. We're going to get a word in here, all right? And of course, what's his name?
Trevor down at Launching Way.
I knew that. I just want to see if you knew.
Oh, well, there
And
you go.
anyway, so what we're going to do, like I said, we're going to have Dr. Paul. Hey, I've been cute over there, so this is all brand new. That's right. You can call in after 8 p.m. on 9708 2846, and we're giving away a couple of prizes tonight too. So this is our first show. We've been lucky that it's Complete Angler at Box Hills has donated a couple of things, and of course Launching Way with their new Burley has given us a couple of things as well to give away. So
And also, yeah, we've got Complete Anglers. Yes, that's
that's
right.
what I just said.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you were right on the ball there.
I'm not going to get a word in here tonight, am I?
No.
Oh,
No, it doesn't matter, mate. We're all friends.
We're all mates. We're all having a good time.
That's what it's all about. Look, like I said, this is the first show we've ever done like this, and it's all new to us. But we're going to have some fun because that's the thing about fishing's all about, and that's why we've called it. That's the thing about fishing with Guru Glenn and friends. So because over the time we're going to have some fun, and like I said, you know, with Dr. Paul, from a little bit of background that I've done a bit of research, he's been around for a long time. He's a veterinary scientist. He's worked with VR Fish and he's worked with fisheries, or done some studies with it and everything like that. I think one of his big fortes is actually abalone. I think he's founded a disease in abalone, or he's one of the people that's actually working on the disease in abalone. He's also a qualified diver. He's worked in the fishing industry. And you know the biggest thing about it is? He's like us. He loves fishing.
I reckon we might probably get some good pointers out of him. Where to go.
Yeah, so you can catch a fish.
Exactly. No, it's actually... rephrase this, Newey.
He'd be able to show us.
I think he'd like the last few occasions.
Yeah, I know.
We've got a few, what they call it, crispy...
Donuts.
crispy
Yeah,
donuts.
a couple of
That's the
donuts,
one.
please.
That's
Right
the
on.
one, yeah.
Anyway.
But we're working on it.
Don't rub it
together.
in. Don't rub it in. Because... No. But we've had some fun, you know, going out there. And that's what fishing's all about.
Exactly.
It's
Enjoy it, relax.
You know, we go out there fishing, we want to enjoy ourselves, but not all the time you got to catch a fish. You know, but the thing about it is, you know, like, it's enjoying each other's company and showing how relaxing and how good fishing is all about. But like I said, before I was rudely interrupted again, we're going to have Dr. Paul come in and it's going to be like this all night. I can see this already. It's going to be just like this. Anyway, I think what we... No, give it another couple of minutes. Let's... Because, do you know, he called it yip, fisho talk. Do you know what I call it?
Yeah.
Crap talk. So let's talk some more crap
What'd you
before
say?
we
Crap
go...
talk.
Crap talk. Okay, what are we going to do?
Before we go to the first ad. What do you reckon? Go to one of our sponsors?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Right,
Yep.
so,
Yeah, we can do that.
why do you like fishing?
Why do I like fishing?
Yeah.
It gives me adrenaline. Just being out there, relaxing, away from everyone. Just, you know, hopefully to get that big one day, like as you're chasing that 20-pounder. Probably that's just like the rest of it as well. Try to get that big 20-pounder, but one day that will happen.
Never shuts up, does it?
No.
No.
No, exactly. That's what it's all about.
It's your turn, Louis.
Yeah, I love fishing for the sake of fishing and meeting new people and you know, the adrenaline rush when you catch a big one.
Mate, it's nothing better, is it?
No,
It's
nothing
nothing
at all.
better.
And it's always better when I outfish you.
Yeah,
That's
man,
the biggest
Well,
adrenaline rush.
also, when I try to bring this on, that's the thing about fishing. I mean, it's not just purely just going out fishing. There is a background to that. So if you want to go back onto that there, Glenn, and let everyone know what we're really trying to achieve with this show, and also of our other shows that we got things about fishing, where to do with mental illness,
Yep.
disabled kids.
Well, not so much the disabled, more into the, you know, it's good if we get it that way, but you know, predominantly, you know, for the last few years, right, because I'm actually on a disability pension myself. I snapped my ankle working, 8 years ago. I've had 9 operations on my left leg, and I've got 7 pins in it.
Yes,
And I go through a pretty hard time. Sometimes I can't even walk down the end of Frankston Pier. And you know, like one of the areas that actually kept me sane, right, from depression or anything like that, was actually fishing. I've always fished, and you know, like actually, if you watched our first episode, it was actually a background of and why it's what our team's all about and everything like that, and what I'm all about. It's actually, I love fishing, but I also believe there's a therapeutical benefit in fishing as well.
Absolutely.
Exactly, and that's what we'll try to achieve.
And
as well.
I know that in your own personal circumstances that you've got some. I don't want to share it tonight.
No, we've got a lot of issues there, but
You know, Paul's got a lot of issues. I mean, Paul, sorry.
no worries, Jack. I mean, Guru. But anyway, yeah. So
And I also suffer because of my age, because I just turned 58, it's senility. So you just have to forgive me for that one, because sometimes I forget who I am, let alone who he is. Right.
Exactly.
But you know, like that, over the course, as we take this forward, and also the shows that's the thing about fishing with Guru, Glenn and friends. We'll be taking, you know, doing episodes where we're actually dealing with people that suffer from mental illness, that suffer from depression, that are hurt, male or female. It doesn't matter who they are. Right?
Exactly. So, be on the boat or on land base.
Land base.
We're out there to have fun with them.
It's something I said to Trevor today.
What's that, mate?
I was having a bit of a yap with him. I said, and he was talking about boats and everything. There was a couple of little tips that he showed me, and we're actually going to get him in one night.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Oh, fantastic.
And I was saying, I'm more of a land-based fisherman. I've always land-based fished, you know, and I've always been like that. I love my land base. And it's only recently, I've owned a boat, right? But to me, the boat was just a family thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we lived, used to take the boat down in the weekends, throw the family, go out fishing, enjoy it, have a ball.
Just
Right,
the boat
so-
though, we've been
Well,
fishing
exactly.
But it's late since we met Kumi, Commie,
Yeah,
Kumi,
whichever one you want to
Carl.
call it. Yeah, Carl. Well,
Right,
that's,
since we met Carl, he's been taking us out in his boat a fair bit. But also, we've got to thank Paul from Mornington Boat because we've been
Yeah.
using Paul a lot for our filming and that.
Absolutely.
I love boats and I love getting out with charters and things like that. So we've got to show reality in our episodes as well. And I'll tell you what, mate, whenever the next episode comes out about, I think episode 2, it's all about, unfortunately,
No, that's fine.
Right,
Yeah.
but we had some fun, didn't we?
Oh,
We
absolutely.
didn't catch any fish.
No, but
But
still.
we,
but that's what it's all about, though.
what about Ash, our producer?
Ash is 50,
Smashly Ashley.
Yeah, 50
Right,
cent snapper.
Right, yeah, I know, it's this big. Well, I was going to make pearl earrings out of them for him, but anyway,
Fantastic.
but it shows that you can still go out there, catch no fish and have a ball. Anyway, look, I think we might have to go for a bit of a break, eh? Anyway, this is Guru Glenn with That's the Thing About Fishing, and we're, once again, I've got to keep saying this, we're live from Bell Marine. We'll be back after this break from one of our sponsors with Dr. Paul. So stay tuned in because this will be very interesting because this is all about snapper and I think a little bit about barra trauma. Also how to catch and release because we do have a few snapper competitions coming up very, very soon and I think education to our fishery is, we've got so many groups out there who want to stop us recreational fishermen and I think the most important thing to fishers these days is not going out there catching a fish. That's so important because we all go out there and enjoy to do it. But I think one of our biggest things is that we need to have education, right? And if we can bring in people who love fishing, but also have a title of a veterinarian scientist that's actually researched, developed, and worked in with major groups, right, on catch and release, barra trauma and things like that. It's great to get these people on it and listen to them because they're there to try to keep recreational fishing going. And the same with all these other groups that are getting around. There's so many of them. Like, you've got Charlie from Savage Seas. You've got other groups, right, that are actually doing the same thing. They're trying to show people, right. Even Paul Weislinger from iFish, right. Now all these people are there to keep recreational fishing going, but they're also in the background. I believe that they're there to actually educate people about fishing as well. So anyway, after a word from our sponsors, we'll be back with Dr. Paul. Keep tuned.
G'day, I'm Paul from Mornington Boat Hire. For 4 hours, $90, you too can come out fishing on a boat. Either a polycraft or a tinny. We'll get you on the water and we'll get you on the fish.
This little beauty was actually caught out on Mornington Hire boat, so thank you, Paul.
I keep fishing affordable, so don't get stuck on a pier. Come down to Mornington and I'll get you out fishing from here.
I caught it on Seaford bait. Welcome back, live from Bell Marine. That's the Thing About Fishing with Guru Glenn and friends. And I found a new friend.
Where'd you get him from?
Yeah.
Hey?
Oh no, I found him.
Dragged me out
I
from
dragged
somewhere,
him.
didn't
I
I?
think I met him up in Mornington. Oh, we did too, didn't we? We met up in Mornington, didn't we?
We did.
Where was
We did
it?
indeed.
There was a VR fish talk on.
The fish fisheries. We were having a
Fisheries.
bit of a chat about things.
Yeah, it was just. Was that
I had
right?
to put a few sort of things straight a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Made a comment or two.
Yeah, you did, and I listened hardly to what you were saying, and even on the couple of things that you talked about, I knew a little bit about it myself, right? I thought, well, this would be an interesting bloke to actually sit down one day and have a good conversation, even do something with, right? A bit of your background is that you're actually a veterinary scientist. You've worked with dogs, cats,
Cows.
horses, cows. So
Reindeers.
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 What does Santa have any?
Overseas.
What does Santa say?
What did who?
Santa Claus say.
Oh yeah, I know.
Was he
They're
happy?
smaller than you. They're smaller than you think.
Really?
Anyway,
I don't know how I'll get back to that. Anyway, just gives a little bit of your background. Just
so yes, I'm a veterinarian, and I graduated a long time ago, far longer than I like to sort of admit. But look, when I was 4 years old, my grandfather bought me my first fishing rod, and he lived at Rill, in Western Port. So I've been fishing Western Port since I was 4 years old. When I did veterinary science, I thought I always had a love of animals. And I initially started out with animals, but my first job was down Warrnambool, and middle of winter down Warrnambool with your hand inside a cow, trying to get a calf out, and you realise there might be something better.
Yeah.
And because I had this love of, I'm also a commercial diver, and I've been diving most of my life, and I've been fishing, and I thought maybe there's an opportunity there. So I went over to Canada and worked on fish farms over there to look at the fish farming game, and loved it. Just thought it was fantastic.
What kind of fish
and
farms?
That was Atlantic salmon and Pacific salmon. Actually, my first job was on Pacific salmon farming. But I met some vets out there who were, and the first vet I met said, "Hey, why don't we just go down to the pub?" And immediately I thought, these are pretty cool vets.
That sounds like
That's really good mates.
Really lovely vets, and I got to know some of them over there. And actually, in the end, I worked in Tasmania in the salmon industries for 4 years, but then I went back to Canada and worked with a private company over there again, because for a veterinarian, food production is important, and the skills I have as a vet looking after cattle and all that, you can actually apply to food production and fish.
Oh, really?
So I married the two.
Oh, fair enough then. Fair enough.
And then I just came back and set up my own company. So yeah, so
What is your company?
And it's Pan Aquatic Health Solutions. I now consult all around Australia and do international. I don't do as much international stuff because I've got a young family, and I try to. It's pretty hard going overseas a lot, but mainly try to confine it to Australia. Pan Aquatic Health Solutions, and we do a lot of fish farms. I do a lot of education, as what we're doing tonight.
Yeah.
And also a lot of teaching. I still teach at the University of Melbourne. All the vets coming through now. The great thing is now all the veterinarians coming through most of your schools in Australia all now know fish, which is fantastic.
No, that's good. Listen up. The good thing about today's technology, unless you can pull some stuff up here on the internet while you're talking, so which is good.
There we are.
Yeah, there you are.
There we are.
Yeah. But the main thing is, right, we always get, and I'll put my hand up first, right, I don't know about you, Carl.
I'll work it out
You
as
do it?
what's the question's
Yeah,
going to be.
we're
Right.
going to find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out before we put our hands up.
We always panic when we actually hear veterinary scientists and things like that they're researching on fish, or they're researching on abalone, they're researching on this, and you panic a little bit because you think, oh, they're going to stop us from fishing. I've been fishing for 50 years, and no one's going to stop me from fishing. I love fishing, right? But all of a sudden, like you see all these groups that like out there that are trying to stop recreational fishing. But it's actually good when you find someone who's got that science behind them, that knowledge behind them, that's actually on our side for a change, right? And that's what you've been doing for quite a long time now, haven't you?
Yeah, look, the big, there's a lot of fear, of course, and about with the recreational fishing community about people shutting down fisheries because of things like welfare, which is a big thing. But actually, recreational fishers can really be positive on this side of things, and do things that actually help their whole, if you like, social licence to operate by the way they act, without having any fear of losing the right to go fishing and enjoying it. And actually, I find the work I've been doing, generally when I'm talking to fishers, it actually improves their love of fishing and improves their day out, like you were talking before about mates and stuff. Yeah. It's interesting, a lot of people go out fishing, and when a fish comes onto the boat, some people get a bit affected by that. What do I do now? When they know what to do, when they know what they can do to either, if they're going to release it, how to look after it to release, or if they're going to keep it for the pot, which I love eating fish, so, and how to do that and how to get the maximum quality. Because when I was in Canada, for example, one of the big things we were doing was looking at how to get the best quality of fish. So if you're going to eat it, they're critical. And people know that skill. Generally, they go out and have even a more enjoyable day. And also, it means that the people, like the members of the public who see fishermen out there, say, wow, they're doing things in a really good way. And that just helps our social licence.
Yeah. Well, that's good because like I said, people like myself sometimes get a fear of, like scientists and all that kind of stuff when you say they're studying snapper or they're studying this and that. I think you panic a little bit because you think, oh
Yeah,
no,
we might be
we're
doing
going
the wrong thing or
Or
something.
they come in and say there's going to be legislation
Yeah, or
that's
if
going
you
to
can't
stop
do
doing
this, we
when
can't
you-
do that
but-
type of thing.
like when I'm sorry, I touched delete there.
That's
I'm
okay.
Yeah,
As bad as what
Hang
you
on, what do you reckon, mate? I've got to watch out for you, buddy.
I
I'm in
know.
that shed soon, aren't I?
I hope so. Well, no, I might.
But I do have other things.
Well, okay, we've got to watch out then.
Anyway, let's get back to some serious stuff.
That's right.
Serious stuff.
Yep.
But because we're going to talk a bit about snapper.
Yeah,
Right, because
yeah.
that to me that's an
Something.
important.
We're going
something,
to do that.
yeah.
That'd be good.
But it's like I've actually said I was on a radio program RWP.
Yeah.
Right, and to me, education to fishing is very, very important, but also to the public, right? And like I've got a real hard thing. I'm not an environmentalist or anything like that.
Sorry.
You're going to say something to that?
They're,
No,
yeah, they're picking on me again.
For my daughter might watch it.
Now remember, there could be kids watching this.
There could be. Marnie could be out there watching.
And I was told I wasn't allowed to swear.
No, that's
No,
not.
that's correct.
So every time my false tooth fall down, I'm allowed to swear because I'm trying to
Okay,
bite my tongue.
yeah, good.
Anyway, but because it was one of the things that I actually talked about. People were saying, like there was a lack of fish going back a few years ago, like snapper and people overfishing them and things like that. And I've done a little bit of thinking. I think there was Fish Care, I think it was that I spoke to Dominic.
Yes.
Daniel. Was it Daniel? No, not Fish Care.
I have been speaking a bit with them. It's not. No.
What's his? Oh, anyway,
Doesn't come
there was a certain bloke, and I'm sorry, mate, I should have researched this more, shouldn't I? But this is live, and then all of a sudden these things just come to your head. But I spoke to it because I was really trying to find out myself, why was there a lack of fish going back wild? But now we're starting to get a lot more. Is it because everything's opened up? Is it this? Is it that? And then something like, and it was Trevor and I were talking about it at Launching Way today, about and this is not just for fishers, but this is for the whole environment, public people, right? That, like snapper, for instance, baby fingerlings, and I stand to be corrected because you're the expert, not me.
Oh, no, I'd probably hand pass to people like Paul Hamer on issues of recruitment and stuff, but go on. We'll hear
Right, that out of the Yarra, there's a feed, there's a krill and stuff like that they actually produce or grows in there, and because of the pollution and that was dying off. Am I right or wrong? What am I
I
saying?
won't comment on that because I can't base anything I don't know.
See, but I'm only going by what I was told. But keeping our environments clean. Anyway, that's another subject for another time because I'll probably talk. And that's my opinion, or I could be wrong. So, and most of the time I am wrong, Nui.
Oh,
I'm just the guru.
I'll probably say about 90%. Yeah,
that's right.
90%.
Anyway.
I don't know well enough, so I'm not even going to.
He's not even going to go there.
No,
No, that's fair enough.
So that's fair enough. I don't even know myself sometimes. No wonder I suffer from rejection insecurity.
Oh, exactly.
Hey, is my mate looking any good?
No.
No.
Oh,
So-
right. Anyway, we need to talk to Dr. Paul about snapper.
Absolutely.
Right. Now, one of the things about snapper, because I'm a mad land-based fisherman.
Sure.
Mad land-based, and proof.
Yes, mate. It's the mad part.
Yeah,
Mad part.
he virtually almost lives on the
Last
pier.
year, 35 snapper off Mornington Pier.
That's
Right,
right,
So
yeah. Very good.
the biggest was 8 kilo.
That's a good snapper.
And most of them were averaging around 2, 3, so, and we counted them up. That
We did,
We
yep.
did.
But they're very nice eating when you get your 2-3
We're
kilos.
not talking about it.
some
We're
of
talking
those
about catching them
photos-
at the moment. Can you just
Yeah,
wait your
also
turn?
eating is
Some
also
of
nice.
those photos we look like they were about 4 or 5 years old, though. What were
No wonder I suffer from rejection. Anyway, what I've always said, right, and this is where I'd like to talk about now, is that snapper are a creature that, like the big stuff, like everyone thinks that you've got to get out to the 20-metre marks and everything like that to catch big snapper and things like that.
Sure.
Righto? When land-based blokes like myself, and I'm an admin on a thing called Port Phillip Bay Fishing, and right, a lot of those blokes are land-based fishermen, and some of the fish they catch, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6, 7 kilo fishes. You know, like I think the biggest so far this year, Nelly, you were with me that day, that's 6 kilo.
Yeah, that's
Got off the wall at Mornington, you know. There's a lot of fishing clubs, but there's also a lot of research been going into, right, to the likes, because there were so many competitions going on with snapper these days.
Yep.
Right, like tea tree.
Yep.
Right, and I believe, I stand to be corrected, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, you actually were an advisor to them or something, weren't you?
I've been working with Tea Tree the last couple of years,
Right.
and I've found them, we approached them 2 years ago, and what we did is we asked them whether they'd want us to come in and have a look at their competition and look at it from a welfare point of view and from my sort of eyes. And what we were wanting to look at is the general attitudes of the fishermen fishing that competition and what they were doing, the practices they were doing. And if we saw anything that was obvious that fishermen had incorrect information, thought they were doing one thing when they actually could do another, we developed a whole educational sort of set of brochures, talks and stuff, and then went back the following year and did that with them. And we audited fishermen. Anyone who was doing the tea tree the last couple of years would have probably been asked some questions at some of the weighing stations. Yep. Over 200 and 300 fishermen each time. And we actually saw change developing. And it was about all the things about if you're killing fish and if you're releasing fish, which is, if you want to go on to that, and you were talking about depth and stuff, of course depth is a big one. But we actually identified a whole lot of things that we saw that just with a bit of education to the fishermen, they could really improve. One, if they were going to keep the fish to kill, which you do for the tea tree to kill. So, and for example, some people would say, oh well look, and one amazing comment came to me was someone had this fish in an esky for a day, and I said, you're going to eat it? Because one of the questions was, are you going to eat it? And they said, oh no, I can't eat it now. Well, the fish in it, if it's well kept in an esky for a day, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And actually, I personally generally won't eat a fish for 24 hours. Yeah. Because you want it to let go through the rigour and stuff and let it then relax out. But good top quality fish will easily last 10 days,
yeah.
5 to 10 days if looked after properly. And what we could see is that these people just didn't know how to look after them properly, how to kill them properly, how to look after them. But then we also were looking at how many people were trying to do things like high grading. And that's where you're holding a fish. And quite frankly, any viewers here, anyone here trying to hold a 5 kilo snapper in a well-binding boat, please don't do it. And I'll just say that straight away, because generally the conditions on your recreational boat are not good enough to be holding fish, trying to hold fish live in a well, so that in case you get a bigger fish that you're going to do it. And also, just so you know, you better look at the laws, because high grading like that is actually illegal by a recreational thing. So that was just one thing. So we did a whole lot of that, and I can actually, if you want me to, I can go through some of the key parts of it. Well,
I think it's because, you know, because there's certain seconds and everything like that you actually put. It's an increasing to their death and things like that when you take fish.
Yeah,
out.
So the big things, barotrauma. You mentioned that. Barotrauma is about when you're catching fish at depth, and there's been studies done, scientific studies done in New South Wales, not here in Victoria, that show that a snapper can get affected by what we call barotrauma when caught in as little as 11 metres of water. Now, you going in your shallow water catching it, fantastic, because generally less than 10 metres of water your fish won't get you barotrauma. Barotrauma, and most fishers have seen it, where you bring a fish up from a bit of depth and sometimes you'll see the stomach coming out of its mouth, or it's swollen in the gut. That's what basically happening is a snapper's got a swim bladder, or a gas bladder it's sometimes called. It's closed, and it has, when they're down at depth, they put a bit of gas in it, basically so when they're down on that reef at 20 metres, they don't have to work to stay down or up. And anyone who's dived knows all about that. It's basically getting a little bit of gas in there so that they can just, what we call neutrally buoyant. They don't have to expend energy trying to get down or anything. They can just roam around on that reef or whatever they are at 20 metres, they're fine. But if you bring them up real quick, that gas in that swim bladder is going to expand on them. And a lot of people have this misconception that as long as we get them down and they come up, and as long as we get them in or needle them and all that, they'll be fine. Just everyone remember, if you are catching fish from depth and it comes up and you've got barotrauma, the damage has been done as it hits the surface. So what we try to say is you're catching fish from depth, anything above 11 metres. Remember, 11 metres is one of the things. That once you get as many fish you want, or once you've got to your limit, stop fishing. Because really, if you keep catching them and releasing them, a lot of them are going to be damaged. And also, particularly in our bays at the moment where we've got fish coming in to breed, the other serious potential impact, and we're not quite sure of how bad an impact is this, is these fish, even if they live we might have a problem with them not releasing their eggs or impacting on the male testes because of that damage that's been done. The breeding cycle, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So that's one of the things we're concerned about. People have this misconception that as long as you get them down or you pop them with a needle and stuff like that, they're fine. No.
But I can see that, you know, some of these competitions these days, like hence tea tree, it's not a size that wins the thing.
No. The good thing about tea tree is actually the biggest prize, which are the boat motor trailer packages, basically can go to anyone as long as it's a fish over 40 centimetres and you put it in at the weigh station. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, I believe this is all the kind of stuff that, you know, a lot of fishers, in some way in their mind, that they understand a little bit about it, but it needs to be educated. They need to know these sort of things because, you know, our fisheries, you know, like I said, you know, I'm not knocking any groups or anything like that. There's so many complaints after, whether it be tea tree, or whether it be this comp or that comp, right? Float, what we call floaters, because people are trying to upsize, and that's great about, you know, tea tree where they're not actually weighing in or a big fish or anything like that. Over a certain size, they all enter. Is it over a certain size?
Well, I think there'll always be people who want to get the biggest fish. Personally, I'd say to catch the biggest fish, it should be part of your 3 fish of the day that you catch. And as I say, high grading it, I think, and also you'll find with the recreational fishing, high grading is actually illegal. But the tea tree, no. The tea tree do have a prize still for the biggest fish, but it's not the biggest prize.
No.
The boat packages, which are, everyone wants to win a boat, go home, because you can actually literally go on that competition, be there on the Saturday afternoon and hook up a boat to you and drive away, which is not a bad thing when it's not too expensive. But it is here. So you basically, the thing about it, if you enter it, you're allowed to weigh in 2 fish, but they've got to be above 40 centimetres.
Yeah. See, something that I learned too, you know, like I've only just learned over a short period of time now, is that certain times that you actually keep your fish out of water. Me, and if I get anything over 6 kilo, I love to release it. But I'm a madman. Because I love to, you know, can't help myself, I love my head on a photo, righto? So I'm sitting there with this big 8 kilo fish, right, and I want a photo. But that's pretty bad for it, isn't it? It's damaging.
Yeah, and there's no doubt right across all the science. When a fish comes out of water, it stops breathing.
That's right.
It's as simple as that. When a fish, so you want to take it, and you can imagine the way to describe it, especially if you had a big fight on a fish. If you go, we were to get off here and go to a commercial break and we'd all run around the block for a couple of things. We probably all, well, we might not be.
I couldn't run around.
I'll follow that in, mate.
That's not. Do I run around the block every morning, twice, then I kick it under my bed?
There you go. Right. Boom, boom. But anyway, imagine if you did something really physically hard exercise, and then you went and held your breath. You're going to be struck. Fish, air exposure is the real killer. For the fish you want to put back in the water, just remember, every second counts when it's outside. And a good example I use, which is done in rainbow trout. We okay there?
Yeah, we're fine.
Good. The good example with rainbow trout is they exhausted some rainbow trout and they showed how different.
We got some clowns in the audience.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
The camera flash is bad for snapper.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been totally distracted, trying to have a serious conversation.
Exactly.
Real hard, very difficult.
It doesn't
Trying to get
no,
the thing across.
No, you're doing right.
But look, no, I do want to
That's
make
good
this
the audience
point.
is getting involved.
I know.
They're listening at least.
Air exposure is a big one. Like if you catch a big fish, particularly if you had a big fight with it, remember it's like us having just run a 100-metre race. It's puffing. You pull it out of the water and you stop it getting any more oxygen into it, and also you stop it being able to blow off any CO2, and its body will go into breakdown mode. And I'd literally seconds count, and I can tell you an example they did where they got trout in a tank, they got them exhausted, they took some out, and just exhausting them, 12% of them died.
Yep.
Then another group they took out, gave them 30 seconds of air exposure, then put them into another, so they exhaust them, 30 seconds air exposure, and another group 60 seconds air exposure. So 30 seconds air exposure, 38% died. 60 seconds of air exposure after exhaustion, 78% or 72% died. That's the damage that air exposure does. So it's not worth killing a fish for a photo. No. But if you're quick, fine, you've got it all there. But please don't be mucking around, particularly if that fish has had a long fight.
Yeah.
You either kill it quickly if you're going to eat it, that's fine.
Now we'll jump to the next subject.
Or you get it straight back in the water if you're going to release it.
Before we go any further, just hold on for a second, there, guys. Viewers out there, if you want to call in, the phone number is 9708 2846. If you want to call in, ask any questions, and we'll try to help you out and answer them.
Yeah, right.
Okay, back to you there, buddy. Sorry, mate.
He can't help himself. He's got to have his bit. Anyway, no, I'm joking. Now, talking about kill.
Yes.
There's actually, like in we've learnt this off the Japanese, the way they do their tuna.
Yeah.
It's how, I call it iking a fish.
Ikijima.
Ikichima.
Yeah.
But I can't speak Japanese.
That sounds like a bit like squid jigs. Icky or...
It's
Icky or... Very similar to that, though, isn't
not
it?
the same. Look, Ikijima is basically a brain spike.
Yeah.
I know.
Sorry about that.
I let that go through.
No, it's other.
It's not a squid jig.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
No, look, there are two very good ways, two humane ways, if you like, to kill fish quickly. And one is what you say, icky. We've got a phone there. That might be a calling.
Oh,
Technology.
you press on line 1 there, mate.
Line 1.
We right?
Anyway.
Anyway, we did have a call, he just paid out.
Now you know why he's got a job as a secretary.
He paid out, but he'll probably call back. Sorry about that, view. If you want to call again, the phone number is 9708 2846. If you've got any questions, ring in.
There we are.
Righto.
So what we're talking about, if you're going to eat your fish, and you've caught your fish and you plan to eat it, there's firstly, respect the fish. There's no sense in leaving a fish flapping around. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous for the fish, and it's also poor if you want to keep it to eat, because it's actually wrecking it as a quality. So we've got more.
So you've got more stupidity
Yeah,
over the
no,
audience
not.
there.
This is live.
They're setting up a gig up. Without my glasses, I can't read them.
Can someone bring in
And
a pair
Amy
of
should know
glasses?
that.
Anyway,
We're trying to have a serious conversation.
Let's get back to
We're
Paul.
talking about hiking.
Sorry there, Paul.
That's okay.
It's
That's
just,
okay.
it's just going to have to
It's all
bounce
going to
in there.
happen. It has to happen. So if the two ways that we're going to kill the fish, if you want to kill it, the minute it comes on the board, you should be killing it straight away. And
Reason for that? If you
basically,
don't
it stops all activity in the fish. Then it stops all. It stops any more build-up of things like lactic acid in the fish.
Okay.
It stops all metabolism in the fish. And what happens then is you don't get so many of those products that can actually cause damage to the fish flesh that will actually reduce its flavour, its eating quality, its storage quality.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because it actually keeps the meat
Pretty-
fresher.
Totally.
Right, because as soon as
You let a fish,
like it,
a big 6 kilo snapper, you don't kill it when it comes on, it's going to actually be alive for quite a long
Yeah,
time.
you
while it's
probably
flapping.
can. It can
And
do
its
that.
whole system's just going to go in a breakdown.
it's what they
And
call
you're
shock.
Well,
Basically,
yeah,
it
shock.
goes into massive shock and
Yeah.
it's kicking around.
And
it's trying to breathe. It's going to die.
It's going to be, you're going to have
Right.
huge, you're going to have a real drastic drop in pH in the bloodstream. There's going to be a whole lot of things going. So,
And that's
get
why.
them on.
But that's why some of these people out there say big fish taste horrible.
Exactly.
Because they're not killing them properly.
Yeah.
And we've only learnt that over the last few years because of the Japanese long trawlers, yellow tuna fishing and all that kind of stuff. That's my opinion. That's
I
what think.
got a 5.5 kilo in the esky at the moment.
Do you know
And
something?
I reckon that's going to taste absolutely beautiful because I got it in
You gonna
and
share
killed
that
it
with
within
us
2
tonight?
seconds.
And you got it on the slurry.
And
Oh,
so
that's right.
basically, the minute it comes in, and I use two. I've got a number of tools. One of them, this is a simple spike that, and if we flash up onto the web to show the spot where you can spike it. If you go to the web page, and we're just going to show you on the web there you've got the actual landmarks on where to spike it. You'll feel on the head of the snapper, you'll feel there's a little depression there, and you just go straight down to the brain. Very, very quick. And please also spike, then bleed. The heart will actually, the brain, once you've spiked it, the fish will be senseless. Won't be noticing anything. Do that before bleeding. The heart will keep bleeding and you'll get a good bleed out for those who like to bleed their fish, okay? Don't bleed first.
And when you're bleeding them, where do you actually go to cut?
I generally cut right across, if you open up the gill cover,
Yep.
you just cut right across the gill arches. There are
Okay.
4 arches
There you go, guys.
Do that
Some
quickly.
of you don't
You
know
can do
that.
you can do it on what's called the ventral aorta, but I'll find you'll get fish got a 2-chamber heart, all the blood goes through the gills, so
Better
you do
take
it
that
across
away
the
from
gills.
you,
Louis.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit worried
Yeah,
here.
exactly. So you've got to watch out there, Paul.
Watch out, they'll fire.
I haven't got that one loaded. This is and Guru Glenn's just having a bit of a play with this king, which is it's an
Well, there was-
interesting thing. gun made in New Zealand. It's basically on rubbers.
Is that the same sort of thing?
It is exactly the same. I find these actually fantastic. Basically what it is it's really a spike, but what you can do is instead of having to try and spike, you can get your fish in and just do it on the deck, and it basically has got a steel rod that comes out, and you really quickly.
I might have to use that tonight on
Yeah, I know. Well, I thought I didn't know. Having not worked with these guys before, I thought I'd bring myself some.
What do you reckon there, Guru?
Protection. Yeah, because I was actually released because I think wasn't there some mafia or something used to use these?
Yeah, they're stilettos.
Yeah,
they're based on that.
Yeah.
The other thing though, for those who don't want to spike, a firm hit on the head, stunning it is fantastic, but you've got to hit it hard enough to actually shake the brain. That will put a fish straight out.
It's not a shaver, by the way.
And I've got the question from the peanut gallery: is a cordless drill okay? And I just think, well.
See what sort of audience we got out there?
Here we are trying to be serious.
We're trying to be serious.
I suppose at least it's cordless. I know it's a magic shot.
We've got an audience out there.
Actually, in all things, you want to watch because you do want to respect the fish, and that's a big one. Look, don't bring them on and just let them flap around. Do the right thing by them. Kill them quickly if you're going to kill them. As I say, it's good for the fish. And also, what we don't want on social media and stuff is pictures of fish flapping around and stuff, because quite frankly, it's just not a good look.
No.
And
No, exactly.
And there shouldn't be any need for it. If you're going to release it, get it back in the water. The other thing is, if it's flapping around on, say, a pier or something, if you want to let it go back in the water, remember the skin of the fish is over its scales. So if it's flapping around, it's going to be rubbing all the skin off.
That's right.
And I've seen fish 2-3 days later after having that, and looks like they've been dragged along the road.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
Right, you can tell me because
I'm
you're a
not.
scientist.
No.
I'm not. I'm just a guru.
Yeah.
Another thing too, if you are going to pick up a fish, right,
Yes.
and you've got to release it back in, I mean, from what I believe, my opinion, is that you never use a dry towel or a dry cloth to actually pick up that fish, because what you're doing is taking away its natural slime, as you're talking about the scales.
Yeah, the softer and the wetter you can.
That's right.
Simple as that, softer and wetter you can. Big ones are, so try and handle as little as possible.
That's right.
Yep.
But I do like, what I am pushing a bit is these new nets, these silicone rubber type nets.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Very soft, very nice. They are, I highly, the one net you don't want to use is nets that's got an obvious knot in it.
Yeah.
You know those old nets we used to have?
Yeah.
They make a mess of fish skin.
Yeah.
They really do.
They do.
So get one of the either knotless or the rubber nets if you want it, and support the fish.
Yeah.
Support the fish. Fish is not designed to be on the deck of a boat.
Yeah.
They never got designed like that. They're designed to be in water.
Some people
So-
are not designed to be
No,
on the
that's
deck.
right.
So that's just like
Some shouldn't be. Some shouldn't be.
Maybe we should be designed to be on
I shouldn't be on the
the
boat.
in the water.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Well, eventually
Well,
vice versa.
listen, right, this has been really, I like to keep going and going and going.
Yeah, I don't think
Mate,
you-
this is just fantastic. Look, I know that we had a plan to do everything today.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to have enough time to actually
We could go on for hours, couldn't we?
we can go on for time for phone calls. If we have, we want people to ring, because we've got a couple of prizes to give away. We've got some stuff from Launching Wave, some of their new snapper stuff, and they've also...
Well, as also we've got some squid jigs,
We've got a
gang
couple of people to
craft.
ring. Right, so
There you
what we're going to do, righto, because we're live at Belmarine, righto,
And yeah, before we go, sorry mate, before we go to a commercial break, the phone number, guys, if you really want to call in now. The phone number is 9708 2846. Call us up and we'll answer your questions. Okay, back to you there, Glenn. Sorry, mate.
No, like I said, I'm giving up. No, we thank you. Thanks, Paul. We really appreciate it.
much, Paul. That's really great.
I'm glad his name's Dr. Paul and not Dr. Phil, because then we would have...
Yeah.
Well,
I would have said
yeah.
Mate, they're picking on me.
Yeah.
I'm suffering rejection. Really? What can you do for me? I got money issues.
Okay.
I was an orphan. I didn't have a mummy.
You need the battery drill for it.
That's
Exactly.
it. Righto. Anyway,
Okay.
that... What's that for? Huh? We're live, I know.
Yeah, exactly.
And producer's saying something.
I reckon we should go to a quick commercial break.
Yeah, let's go.
And
we'll be back.
And come back to...
Come back with some...
Probably with...
Fishing reports.
Fishing reports.
Yes.
I'm going to go live to Mornington, to Paul.
Yep.
We're going to go to Dom over in Warney.
And also Trevor down at Launching Wave.
Anyway.
That's your job, Brian.
Okay?
Let's go to
We'll see you after the commercial.
I caught it on seafood bait.
I'm Paul from Mornington Boat Hire. For 4 hours, $90, you too can come out fishing on a boat. Either a polycraft or a tinny. We'll get you on the water and we'll get you on the fish.
This little beauty was actually caught out on Mornington Hire boat, so thank you, Paul.
I keep fishing affordable, so don't get stuck on a pier. Come down to Mornington and I'll get you out fishing from here.
Turn it on.
Right.
You dialed it?
Right. I'm glad he's not the secretary.
I think so.
I'll dial the number and put it on hold.
Steve, can you dial the number?
Yes, mate. What's the number?
Okay, it's 0417
We've got a bit of a technical issue here. We've got
551 373.
That's how it
Yeah,
works.
just leave it there. Keep your phone.
Exactly.
On. Keep your phone.
Righto. Now, he'll get... We're trying to cross the slight technical difficulties because Nui doesn't know
we
how
tried
to
to
use a
cross
phone.
live to
Right.
Mornington.
Mornington.
Phone here with 50 different buttons on it.
Trevor Hogan. Oh, Paul.
No, that's Paul.
That's
Paul
Paul.
Mornington.
Paul, yes,
Is that
that's
you
the
there,
one,
Paul?
yes.
I've got Guru Glenn, the fish whisperer, on the phone for you. Can you hold
Righto, put the speaker on. That's it. Press
He's got to put it on
Press
hold
it in.
first.
press
Is
one.
your speakerphone on?
Yep.
Yep.
Press the
Press
flashing
the
line.
flashing button. There you go.
You there, Paul?
I certainly am, Guru.
Ah.
Mate,
G'day,
sorry
Paul.
about that.
Hello, mate.
Mate, do you know what it's like trying to teach these people that don't know this?
Well, you know.
I was nearly going to be Glenn.
Anyway. The term herding cats.
I think I better use this on Dewey, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, Paul.
Totally.
Paul's been a great supporter of us at the moment. That's the thing about fishing, and up at Mornington Boat Hire. Now, listen, Paul, I've rang you because you're supposed to know what's going on up that way. Can you let us know? I know where fish that was there yesterday ain't going to be there today because you've either caught him or he's gone somewhere else. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
just give us what the weather's going to be like for the weekend, and also, if you can, just areas that people might want to fish over the next few days up there.
Yeah, look, down on the Mornington side here and over in Western Port, we've got a bit of wind coming up tomorrow from the west. So if you're going to head out on one of the bays tomorrow, Western Port's the go. Coming into Friday, really good weather. Both bays, very light winds. Saturday is going to be one of those ones where you're going to want to hit it early. Get out on the water either before the sun gets up, or for those without a licence and on the hire boats heading out as the sun comes up. And that north wind will probably pick up by about lunchtime, maybe 1 o'clock. Could be a bit earlier, but not sure yet. And Sunday's now forming into a reasonable day. Just like last Sunday, nice warm day, but with a southerly change coming through at about 3 p.m. For those fishing out of Mornington, 18.5 metres is where to hit it. Lots of fish in there. Don't go out too far. They're not quite out at the 2 mile mark. They're in about 1.5 miles. Out off the front of Frankston and stuff, you're looking at once again that 17.5 metres, and the sort of at the front of more towards Mount Eliza, or out a bit wider off Carrum. If you're up towards more north end of Melbourne, you're fishing in nice and close in those darker times, so that's why you're seeing fish getting caught off the piers. And if you're on the boats, you're looking at about 6 to 8 metres, anywhere from Williamstown all the way to probably Ricketts Point.
What's Mount Martha and think plays up? Any news up Mount Martha, Rosebud, all that area?
Look, you're still going to get a lot of schools of fish coming in up there. If you're going to fish at Mount Martha Way, you're going to be fishing off the front of Belcombe Point, out near the couple of the 30-metre holes, or back off the old quarry marks, and Rosebud around the Pennis Channel and the channel edges there, you could do quite well, as well as the reefs. A lot of these fish are following up the old reef beds this year, as they've done for many years past, but the last few years they sort of wave it off that a bit, but this year they're right back onto it. So all those marks that most people have got fish on sort of 2, 3, 4 years ago are starting to fire really well again.
Oh, that's good to know. What about land bases? Mate, as me, mad land baser?
Yeah, for the land-based guys, this is the time of year to really ramp it up and have a good shot. Weather patterns are chopping and changing. It's getting pretty rough and pretty turbulent at times, and then having nice, good lulls sometimes in the evening. So times like tonight, fishing off anywhere from
very. And guess what? I'm here instead of out there land-basing now.
Oh, someone's going to get that fish on you, Glenn.
Mate, hey, listen, what about my corner of Mornington? Every time I'm not there, someone catches a fish. That's the way you say it, isn't it?
Up for it so much.
I know.
All that time, it's like the old the one-armed bandit in the back of the RSL. Pulls it down and wins, takes the jackpot.
I know. Anyway, that's Paul.
It's getting bigger, it gets them bigger.
I know. It was 7 point something caught there the other day, wasn't there? Yeah,
Yeah, you're always going to get that.
and then around a quarter of fishies, there was a 90, wasn't there?
9, yeah.
I reckon
9 kilo caught. Around fishies.
quite along there, mate, because we've got a fair bit to go there, buddy. Sorry about that, Paul, there, mate.
He
But,
really wants, to,
thanks for
he
that,
wants to
Paul.
go to crap chat. I mean, yip, chap. Anyway,
No
Paul.
worries, we'll talk to
Anyway,
you.
thanks, Paul. That's Paul from Mornington Boat Hire. We really appreciate it because he really looks after it. That's the thing about fishing.
While you're there, viewers,
Yeah.
if you're ever looking for a boat hire, go down to Mornington Boat Hire, come and see Paul. He'll look after you. He's got plenty of good stuff out there, mate. Get out there and see Paul. You'll have a good time.
Absolutely, guys. I'll always look after you and put you on the fish when I can.
Good on you,
That's it. Well done, Paul. All the best, mate.
I'll talk to you over the weekend. Righto then.
Get amongst it.
Yep, shall do. Thanks, Paul.
Go, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Bye.
Ciao. Right. Anyway, Carl.
Yes.
Your segment's up.
Yeah, exactly. We got coming up. We're going to be down at Patterson Lakes today.
We're going down there now. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Patterson Lakes. We got Yip Yip Fisho Talk. Okay, let's go straight to it. Yeah, g'day, folks. That's the thing about fishing with Carl, and we got a segment called Yip Yip Fishing Talk, and we're down at Launcham Way, Patterson Lakes. And we got to go and speak to some of the guys down in the bait shop there, and we might even probably go down to the boat ramp and see if there's some people out there and we can have a chat with. Okay, let's go for a walk and have a look what we got inside. Okay. This is their main shop here, the Patterson Lakes. How are you, boys? How are you? Oh, Guru Glenn!
What are you saying?
How are you, mate? What are you doing here?
I come to talk bull.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we just, g'day, Trevor.
How you going?
Not too bad, mate. That's the thing about fishing, and we got that. It's called Yip Yip Fisho Talk.
Yip Fisho Talk.
Yeah, Fisho Talk. We just come around randomly, speak to you guys, and speak to people out in the pier and off the boat ramp there, and see what's going on. So tell us, how long have you been down in here, mate?
Only a few years, about 20.
About 20. Jeez, that's a fair way.
I'm only young up to this industry, yep.
Yeah, so I hear you're a young fella and Sean are out in the bay at the moment.
Yeah, they certainly are, yeah. In his boat and his car too.
His mate, I thought it was yours.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but I've been told differently on that.
No, what? And also, fellas, look, this is a new Butte Burley from Launcham Way, and it's great stuff out there. If you ever come down to Launcham Way, buy yourself a bag.
Hey, I'll tell you.
It's great Burley stuff.
I'll tell you what. Trevor just gave us some. We're actually going to give away some tonight in the program, so just give it.
Exactly. No, I really appreciate that from Trevor at Launcham Way. Yeah, g'day guys again. We're back here with Carl with Yip Yip Fisho Talk down at Patterson Lakes. Now we're down here, just letting you guys know that the actual new car park upgrade is all complete. For you guys out there, fisho boaters, carers or land-based guys, you can come down here and try out this new fan-dam car park they got. It is fantastic, looks great. And hopefully we'll see, we've got some boater out there. We're going to hopefully go and have a chat with him shortly, and he's doing his practice runs. And we'll go and see some people out there. Hello, test, is it on? Oh, God's sake! Yeah, of course it is. Yes. Okay, we're back on board down at Patterson Lakes. Okay, we've got a boatie here, so hopefully he'll be able to share some light of what he's done today, and we'll see how we go. What's your name there, bud?
Warren.
Warren, I'm Carl, mate, from
Carl, how are you?
Yip Yip Fisho Talk down at Patterson Lakes. What do you think of the new car park that we've got down here, mate?
About time.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Been a lot of years coming.
Yes, totally agree. And what are you up to there, bud?
Just a few U-bolts, general maintenance.
Yeah, I hear that you're also a diver.
Yeah, there's me boat there.
There's his boat there, guys. He goes out diving. And whereabouts do you go diving?
Base out of Stony Point.
Stony Point, okay. And what do you dive for? What do you...
Abs.
Abs,
Am
lovely.
I?
And
Yep.
how are we going out there with it so far this year?
Not too bad. Yeah, they've just about reached its limit for the area, so they're just about to be shut.
Okay, so what's the sort of season they have?
April to end of March.
April to end of March. Fantastic.
Yep.
So we're doing a bit of a repair work on your boat, I see.
Oh, just ongoing.
Ongoing. So what do
Commercial
we...
operator, mate, you know what it's like. It's all just money comes in, money goes out on these things.
Oh, exactly. So, no, it's really great. All right, mate. All the
worries.
best, and we'll catch up with you later on.
Enjoy.
Thank you. We have Izzard.
Nizar,
There you go, Nizzard.
Nizar, yes.
And he's down here at Patterson Lakes with his fan dam long rod. And what are we chasing there, mate?
What?
What sort of fish were you going for?
Dream?
Brim
Yes, or malt.
or mullet?
Yes.
And have you caught anything so far?
Yeah, got little bit.
A little bit? And what sort of a setup do you have?
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm excusing, sorry. I'm going to be a little bit slower for you. Okay, sorry about that, I'll go a bit slower. I was just saying, what sort of a setup have you got on your rig? How is it set? Sinker on the bottom, hook on the bottom, or how's it look? Let's have a
No,
look. Let's have a
that's
look at. Oh, there's no
treble-
bait.
Treble float.
Oh, okay. But there you go. He's got the.
Treble,
Yeah, he's got a
Oh.
treble hooks.
treble hook.
Okay, 2 treble hooks,
Yes.
and on a float.
I use the bread.
Oh,
So,
use bread. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at your tackle.
Yes, the bread.
And this is your burley.
Yes, that's a berry.
Okay, here you go, fellas. Have a look. That's his burley. He's going out there for brim and mullet. And apparently also you got something in your
Yes.
in your tank. Let's
Yes.
let's have a look. Here you go, fellas. You don't mind if I just pull it up for a second?
I have to be careful.
Yeah, I'll be very careful.
Yes.
Here we go. Look at that, fellas. We have got a brim. Well done. Okay, no worries.
Catch it with my hand.
Yeah, did you cut it with your hand?
It's a brim.
Oh, fantastic. Well done. High five. Excellent. There you go. Thank you very much. This is Carl over and out. Okay, this is Carl. And we've got Ashby over behind the camera there. Look down there. That's how far away we got to walk back. Well, gee, what happened there? Look who put that there? Did you put that there, Ash? And also what I've noticed up there, we've got the Tea Tree Snapper Fishing Comp. 31st to the 1st of October this year. If you haven't entered, might as well hurry up and enter, mate, because there's a lot of fish out there to be caught, even those big monsters. Okay, we're in the shop now. Give us a rundown. What do you got there, mate? What are you running in here, mate?
At the moment, we've got all your safety gear. We've got all that sort of stuff in here, everything you need.
Yeah, come this way. Let's have a bit of a walk around.
Your inflatable life jackets, to your scalers, to your bowl pumps, to your tie-down straps. We come across here, we've got batteries for your torches, bungs. The most important thing, which is only cost a couple of bucks, but the most important thing are bungs. Because how many people have left their bungs out?
Exactly.
These little babies here are absolutely fantastic in the river for your bay trout and stuff and things like that. So when you're going out, especially in that pilchy colour, the blue.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, look what I see. You got microphones here, mate.
Yes.
Is this wireless?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same. It's a brand new wireless microphone.
Oh, look at that, guys. How much are they worth? Because this cost me an arm and a leg for this one.
$4.
Fantastic. That's a deal. If you're out there, buy these, mate. Good, awesome wireless microphones. Anyway, this is Carl at That's the Thing About Fishing. Yip, Fisho Talk with Trevor, Matty, Guru. All the best, guys. And if you're ever coming down here at Launch and Way, say good day to the guys. They'll look after you. Especially the fan dam burleys he's got. He's created. Fantastic out there, guys. Don't forget, come on down.
Bite me burley.
Exactly, that's it. Bite me.
Snapper snacks.
That's it. Well done. All the best. Okay, we're back. That was Yip Fisho Talk with Carl. Now, before we go any further, this is from Launching Way, guys. They're Bite Me Snapper Burley. If you want to phone in, guys, the phone number is 97082846. Ask any question and you'll get one of these as a gift. So now we're going to go back over to Glenn.
Hey, thanks.
Hey, mate, no worries, mate.
Hey, Dom, you there? Because we're just crossed over to Dom at Warneath Bait and Tackle. I know, Dom's over there. And you're going to give us a bit of a weather report down there for what's going to happen over the weekend. You there, Dom?
How we going, guys?
How are you, mate? I thought you were
Yeah, Dom,
listening.
Dom.
Mate, I was going to say, don't you start giving me any rejection and insecurity complexes.
I blame the person operating the phone.
Yeah, that's the old person off the road. Anyway, mate, do you want to give us what the weekend's going to be looking forward to?
Look, at this stage, the Friday's looking really good. Saturday, you've got 10 knots, 10 to 15 during the morning, but it's below 1 metre. You've got an east-northeast wind. On Sunday, we've got 15 to 20 knots. Southerly, wind with tide should be pretty flat. It should be below 1 metre if that wind stays around that southerly for the weekend. There's always somewhere to protect yourselves. With the southerly, you can head up towards Joe's. It'll be pretty clear and flat. With the northerlies, that's predicted on Saturday morning. With the northerly, what we've noticed after the last few years, that if it's forecast a northerly, straight northerly, the wind will not pick up until at least around that 10:30 to 11 o'clock.
Oh, right.
So it will still be just a slight breeze for Saturday morning.
While I got you there, Dom, if you don't mind telling the viewers there, mate, roughly whereabouts are they sort of doing more productive on the catching part? Up towards the north end, the top end, towards Coronella? Just want to throw it back at you there, mate, because you're the main man down at Warneet there, champ.
Look, with this time of year, Boltons and Belchers have done really well. We've noticed particularly well in the night and evenings. Around Joe's, each side of Joe's around the Boyles. Also heading a bit further down towards Warneet. A lot of people drive out of Warneet Channel and don't realise the amount of fish that are just at the mouth of Warneet Channel. Mouth of Gentilani and 100 to 200 metres towards Quail Back. In that 8 to 17 metre sort of line. There's been a few boats that have got their bag this year. Heading down towards Crawfish Rock, in between Crawfish Rock and Eagle Rock. Same sort of that 8 to 12 metres. With the tides with the weekend, we've got those slow tides, so it'll be worth fishing at 17 to 26 metres at back of Crawfish Rock towards Lysart sort of area. At the moment, I've been getting out a fair bit lately, and on the tide change, just burleying with I've got some burleys off Jake from Seaford Bait, those 2 kilo burley lots, and burley pilchard block. We've just been burleying really hard. There's a lot of salmon, cooter, mackerel, scad, snook, trevally, and yakkers at the moment, so you can pick up some fresh bait on the tide change, with the occasional whiting as well.
Oh, good. Well, mate, that sounds pretty good. You know, like doesn't look like it's going to be a perfect weekend, but it's still going to be a good weekend up there.
Look, it is, and also give the whiting a good crack. There's some good whiting. The guys are just picking up some whiting snatchers off me and heading out, and once they're snapper fishing, putting the whiting snatcher down and getting a feed of whiting at the same time.
And don't forget that you've got Seaford Bait up there as one of my sponsors as well.
Yeah, before we go, I was going to turn around and say something to that. Just hold on for a second there, Dom, there, mate. All your viewers out there, what I'm trying to say is, if you were going down to Warneet, go and visit Warneet Bait and Tackle. The guy's name's Dom. He's got all these special fan-down gears there, from bait to squid jigs to sinkers to you name it. Speak to Dom and he'll look after you. And also, fellas, if you want to call in any question, the phone number is 9708 2846.
This is Have
and
It.
there's plenty of prizes to
Have
give
a
away.
car.
Okay, back to
Can
you
anyone
there,
else
mate.
get a word in?
You never get a word in.
No, that's it.
Mate, you should go out fishing with him. He never shuts up. Right.
Give me that microphone.
Oh, mate. You know, what am I going to do? I'm going to get a microphone where he puts it easily. It's got super glue on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll give him a float with a glitter next time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would love that. Is it cheap?
And he goes, shush. Anyway, Dom, thanks for that, mate. I'll catch up with you probably during the week or next week sometime, mate. I really appreciate it.
All right, Dom. Have a good one, mate.
All right, don't forget that's Dom from Warneet Bait and Tackle.
That's it.
And
Thanks, mate.
good bloke.
Very nice guy.
Hey, Nui,
Yes, mate.
do you want to get a word in before anyone else?
Yes, mate.
Mate, but
yeah, sure.
listen,
You know,
we've got Nui's mailbag. Everyone's got...
Millie's mailbag, yes.
Stick something in his mouth. He just wants to keep going. Please.
Here we go. We may have a phone call.
You know how to use it?
Hang on, hang on.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes. Hello?
Hello.
Can I speak to a doctor, please?
You can speak to a doctor.
Is it okay if I use a dick wash in the snapper's mouth to keep it alive?
Well, come on there, Paul. That's a question for you there, mate.
Right, look, don't use your deck wash in the snapper's mouth to keep it alive. And why would you be wanting to keep it alive like that?
No good?
It's pretty stupid.
All right, no worries. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you later. Okay.
That's the fun of it,
That's-
Alec. When you go live,
You always get
sometimes
one.
you got to have one. We expected a lot more, but
Interesting. I can tell you a story though, and I'm going to say, but when we do anaesthetize fish, if you've got the right equipment, we actually use a solution that we actually irrigate an anaesthetic solution over their gills and we hold them under like that. But not a deck wash.
I thought you wanted to wash the fish or something.
The concept is irrigating the gills.
Gills, I know, to try and blow
Let's
water for
forget
its
about
gills.
that.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting back to
Getting
Noise
back on something
Mailbag.
serious.
Getting back to the
There we go. Get back to it.
Well, what's going to
Sorry.
happen? Listen, because this is only the first week, what we've done on our website, which that's your job.
That's right. Yeah.
Exactly. Leave it to Nui there,
Yeah,
Glenn. Sorry, mate.
No, go on,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's what they Nui.
Zip you up too. You know, what we've done there is, if
like
you've got
this.
any questions on fishing, obviously, and none of this deck wash bullshit,
Let's have one of these over
if you've got
here.
any questions on fishing, you can go to Nui's mailbag at www.fishotv.com.
Exactly.
Say that again because I was being stupid.
You can go to Nui's mailbag on www.
There it is on the screen there.
It's on the screen. And any questions you want, you can fire them into there, and we'll get back to you on your answers.
We've
So
only got a couple this week, haven't we?
yeah, we did. Yeah, one of them was how do you gauge or sort your fishing out on.
That was from Brent, wasn't it?
Yeah, from Brent. You know,
Yeah.
on a around the barometer.
How do you, how to get the fishing around the
How do you
barometer?
do fishing around the barometer? So
So let's see if he knows what he's talking about.
yeah, okay.
Let's see
Oh.
see
Who are we
Yeah,
talking
Carl.
to? Me or are we
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
to Paul?
No,
here?
you.
Oh, me?
No,
Okay.
that's enough.
Okay, so our answer to that sort of question, I think, being a lower barometer, you can go on any type of barometer really to go for snapper, but if it's a low sort of barometer, you tend to want to sort of fish in the shallows, because more the shallow is the water's more hotter, and for the fish and they'll actually feed a bit better. But if you've got a higher barometer, it's better to go slightly a little bit deeper. I don't know if you want to correct me on that there, Paul.
I haven't going
If you
there,
sort of-
there are a multitude of things that influence why fish will eat and why the fish will feed, one of which I haven't got any scientific proof to say one way or the other
Right.
on that, and I think people's experience is well worth it for different areas.
Well, I think a good answer to that question is, right, when you're running on a low barometer, or even close in, it really doesn't matter if you're land-based and there's a bit of roughness and everything like that. I think one of the things that people, fishers, and I'm bad at it myself, right, really bad at it, is to actually do a diary of when you actually catch those fish, whether it's in a southwesterly, southeasterly, northeasterly, northeast, northwest, whatever it is.
Exactly.
Barometer up, barometer down, barometer sideways, is actually recorded. And try to look to see if you've actually...
I've been keeping a diary for the last 4 or 5 years of my fishing.
Would I be able to borrow your diary?
As a
I
scientist,
haven't got one.
and the things I record, the big things I record, water temperature, critical. Water temperature, and things like Western Port, everyone probably knows that, you know, at night water temperature on those flats will cool down, and so you've got to look at whether you've got incoming or outcoming tide, because in the morning on a cold night, if incoming tide's going to bring in some warm water. Looking at those sort of things, water temperature, certainly barometric pressure I do. I generally take a little map of, from the BOM website of the day I went fishing, which shows me the pattern. And I'll pop that in my book and then just write my notes next to it. And I find that's really, really quite interesting, because I'll go back to similar, I've got different marks that work at different times.
Yeah, no, look, I think that's people start actually writing a diary.
Oh, okay. We'll just see if this, we've got someone online there.
Hello.
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 Yes.
Yes.
Who we're talking to?
You got Carl, you got Guru Glenn and Nui on That's the Thing About Fishing.
A question?
Yeah, go away. Fire away.
I'm 13 years old.
Yep.
And what is the best thing to use out on a boat to reach?
What's the best, setup for a boat?
Yes.
It all depending on where you sort of fish. If you're fishing in sort of Western Port, the best sort of rig I would say would be a running sinker. I don't know if you guys probably agree.
Running sinker.
Running sinker.
Depends what you're fishing for as well.
Yeah, that's true.
But what do you want to go? What do you want to go for? Any particular fish you want to target?
Snapper.
Whereabouts? What bait?
Squid.
What bait do you want?
What bait? What bait?
You want
Port Phillip Bay or Western
Port?
What bait?
Bay. Do you want to go to Port Phillip Bay fishing? Western
Port. So you're better off with probably a running
sinker.
Running sinker.
Running sinker. Use best thing is about a 6.0. Inline circle hook is one of your best hooks you can use. You just got to use them a little bit differently.
Yep.
And probably a leader about, some people go higher, but I use about a 20 pound, 20 pound leader. And if you can use braid, if you don't mind using braid, it's really good because it doesn't, you can get a thinner line and it doesn't get affected by the currents as much.
Right.
And also, while you're there,
Sorry. How old are you?
13?
13?
Yes.
Righto. So what area do you live in?
Safety Beach.
Safety Beach. I'll tell you what, because I love because I love doing kids clinics and everything like that, and I love it. You're the first one to bring in tonight.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm going to do for you?
Pardon?
Do you know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to put you on hold, and I'd like you to give your name and everything to Steve that's on the line there.
Yep.
Because you know what I'm going to give you?
Alright.
I'm going to give you, from Launching Way,
Yep.
right, because you said you wanted to go after snapper, I'm going to give you a bag. No, I'm going to give you a bucket.
oh, here we go.
Righto?
Bucket.
A bucket.
Yep.
Righto, of what they call Bite Me Snapper Burley.
Yep.
Righto? So I'm going to get Steve who's going to take I'm going to put you on hold. Steve's going to get your name and everything. And I'll tell you what, on my Facebook, what you can get us on, That's the Thing About Fishing Facebook page. Add yourself there, and any questions you want to know, I will try to help you as well.
Yes, I will.
Right, I'll put you on hold and I'll put you through to Steve. And I want you to give me your name and everything like that. Righto, and we'll go from there. Righto? Done.
We also have line 2.
Line 2.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes,
Who am I talking to?
hello. Who is?
Yeah, who are we talking to?
Who am I talking to?
Yeah, who are you?
I'm Kyle.
Oh, how are you, Kyle?
Good, thanks.
What's your question?
What's my question? My question is, what is the best squid jig to use in Port Phillip Bay?
Oh,
well,
whereabouts in Port Phillip?
Well, okay.
Paul Carter, where are you?
Well, there's so many different types of
Whereabouts? Yeah.
mates.
Safety Beach. Oh, yeah, Safety Beach. Do you know something? I'll be more inclined to go towards ports in Serena and places like that.
All right.
But now, if you want to get some decent, I still hear some good squid. Now, look, it depends on the weather, the conditions and everything like that. The colours, different jigs that you got to use. Now, like, if I was up at Portsea, I'd be using a size 3.5 to 4, right? And now, once again, it depends on the colour, the water, the conditions and everything like that, because, mate, I'm not the best squid fisherman, to be honest, and I'll just tell you what, I wish Uncle Paul Carter was here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, like, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, bud. Right?
Yeah, what's this?
We're going to give you a prize from
Complete Angler in
Box Hill, righto?
Yeah.
A gang craft, righto, which is one of Paul Carter's designs, isn't it?
Yeah, gang craft.
Gang craft, righto, squid jig. And I'll tell you what, once again, you look for Guru Glenn, That's the Thing About Fishing, right?
Yeah.
On the Facebook, you on Facebook?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Does Mum and Dad allow you to do that?
Yeah.
Good. You behave yourself?
Yes.
Good. Righto. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to hand you over to Steve. He's going to get your name and everything like that for me.
Yep.
And I'm going to give you A lovely looking squid jig.
Show it onto the camera there, mate.
Can you see
That's
it? Righto.
Beautiful.
A squid jig.
Yeah.
Righto.
Thank you.
And if I was a squid, I'd eat it. But I'd eat anything, so don't worry about that.
But let us know how you go with it.
Mate, listen, but you've got to let me know how you go with it. Righto? And I'll tell you what I'm going to do just for you. In the next few weeks, I'm going to get someone who knows what they're talking about squid, and I'm going to get him in here to have a squid talk. What do you reckon?
Okay.
Would that be good?
Yes.
Righto, and I'll tell you what, I've really loved the kids are actually ringing up, because to me,
That's fantastic.
that's our future.
Fantastic.
Righto, it's our future, and you're like, and I do what I do, right, because I want to see you kids have something to fish for when you get to my age. And my age is 58, so I'm pretty old, aren't I?
So if you want to put Kyle on hold.
I'm going to put you on the hold, Kyle. Kyle on hold. Yeah, that rhymed then, didn't it?
Exactly.
That's a poet.
All right, see you later, Kyle.
See you later. Thanks for calling in.
See you, mate. Yeah, okay.
Well, listen, what we're going to do is, we're going to go, that's fantastic, 2 kids bringing in, I'm wrapped, I'm absolutely wrapped.
That is good.
I know we're going over time, because this is only supposed to go for an hour, but look, it's been fun.
We're just having a lot of great
For the
fun.
first show, we're having a ball. How's the producer, you happy, producer?
Yes.
Is this the producer?
Okay.
Alright. Just wants to go home and go out and have a drink, I think. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to go back to one of our other sponsors, then we're going to come back and we're actually going to sign off. But
No, we don't. No. We need to go down to.
Launching Way. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Trev.
But we'll go to a quick commercial break.
Yep.
And then we'll come back and we'll link up to Launch Away Trevor.
Yep.
And he'll give out his report down at that end.
Righto then, and then what we'll do is we'll actually sign off and just give a couple of things that are going on around the bay over the next couple of weeks, and say good night to you all after we spoke to.
Okay, all the best, and then we'll catch up with you very shortly.
Righto, we're going to cross the launching way, Trev, over there, and Trev's going to give us an idea of the weather conditions over the next few days, what it's going to be like out of Port Phillip Bay, pulling out of launching way, because he's the provider of launching way. So
that's it.
G'day, mate. How are you?
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you going?
Yeah, g'day, Trev. How are you, mate?
Who are you talking to? There's no gentleman here.
Right. There's a lot of
Exactly. Exactly.
Anyway, mate, what's the weekend looking forward to for us, mate?
The weekend is looking forward to. We've probably got a little bit of high weather at the moment, but I've asked the guys to look down on us, and Sunday is going to be absolutely sensational because we have an event on down there called Mate's Day that's coming up, and
you didn't give me a chance to tell anyone.
The weather's going to be fine. All our guests are going to come down, and they're going to absolutely have a great time down there. Launching Way. So for any people that are coming down between 7 o'clock and 12 o'clock, we have this lovely event going on, Mate's Day, and Bay Clear. It's going to be big, it's huge.
I know.
Exactly. It's up on the screen now, so that's the thing about fishing. It's also going to be down at Mate's Day.
That's right.
We're going to be Glenn and myself.
Anyway, look, what about Friday and that? What's the weather going to be like so we can go out for a fish before all that?
Friday morning's looking very good.
Is it?
So
Saturday?
For all those people looking to go out at the moment, we'd be looking at the 5 sticker mark or the between the bridges.
Oh, that's good, mate. That's good. Anyway,
the between the bridges mark is between the Westgate Bridge and the San Marino Bridge.
Yep.
We've had plenty of reports of fish coming through, as you know, Glenn.
Yep, I've seen it all.
In all different areas, so it's all good at the moment, providing these fish fire up. Water temperature is still around the 14-degree mark. which makes them they make them very, very temperamental.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that.
I do too. Tell you right here and now, we had a great catch this morning. Bite time was about 20 minutes. A lot of people caught fish.
Yep.
And after that, they just shut down.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. The people don't realise it. You know, like that's exactly what happens with snapper, and you know, especially when you're looking for snapper, is that you might only have a short bite time, right? They could be fish everywhere, but you might only have that 20 minutes, half an hour, maybe 3/4 of an hour. They're on heavily, and then they're just gone, and you won't get another one for the rest of the day. True?
Yeah, at the moment that's what it is. It's called angling at the moment. It's not catching, and look, to be quite truthful with you at the moment, the amount of people that have caught fish in different areas around the bay at the moment, that sort of stuff, it's more about the bite time than anything else. They are there. Water temperature's a bit lower than what it should be. And once it happens, it's going to happen. We've got the T3 coming up at the end of the month where they're weighing in probably 2,200 fish.
Yep.
And it's anyone's guess.
That's right. No, that's exactly right. And we've been actually talking about all that tonight, about the T3 and all that kind of stuff, and the snapper. And
Exactly.
It's been, it's been a big program on that. That's why we went overtime, because Carl won't shut up.
Well, you know.
That's but anyway, Trevor, appreciate that, mate. We'll probably catch up with you over the weekend, or we'll definitely see you on Sunday. Right, and I appreciate
Well,
the report.
hey, before you go there, what's the tide times over the weekend there, mate?
Good question. I knew you were going to ask that,
Hey,
sorry, mate.
Mate, you should have been just like me. Well, what do you think of Willie for on the internet? Just look up that.
The best time to catch fish is when you're on the water.
That's it. Right,
Yeah, low today off Hastings was about 12:15 and lunchtime.
But we're over Port Phillip with him.
Oh, well,
Go back to
I'm just going to have to sleep in the corner.
Mate, I'm sorry, mate.
Sorry about that. He talks about Saturday,
But before we let Trevor go, what I want to try to say to the viewers here, if you're ever going down to Launch and Way, see Trevor and his crew. They've got fantastic stuff over there with seafood baits and everything else. And also this Fandam burley that he's got, it's called Bite Me Snapper Burley. And if you ever going in there, just get it, see Trevor.
Around which are seafood-based burley, which is the pillies. I don't know if people know about it, but the 22 to the kilo, which is that size, which are perfect.
Yes, spot on.
Yeah, no, so get down and check it out. Also, too, by the way, you can find me at also Launching Way, but also it's on fishing in Lake Road, Dandenong.
Oh, right.
There you go. There's something new that we just found out.
Right, that's good.
And also, as well, Danny also sells seafood baked burley.
Yes, that's what he does
Danny
too.
also is selling seafood baked.
Oh, good.
Wonderful.
Which is one of our major sponsors. Right, so we appreciate that.
Seafood Bait is a major sponsor.
For us.
Well done, guys.
Yeah, for us. Jason looks after me very, very well. I appreciate him.
And he is a top bloke.
He is a good bloke. Mate.
Exactly. All right,
We've got just about ready to sign off, and we really appreciate you, mate. And I'll catch you over the weekend.
And by the way, also too, Mate's Day is on Sunday.
Yep.
Any people that aren't in Mate's Day, it's probably better that you stay away from Patterson.
We're actually just about to talk about that for you.
It is going to be helpful weather down there, and we have about 600 people coming down for the day between 7 and 12. Stay away from Watching Way unless you're in Mate's Day. Because guess what? This is one day that back.
It'll be like Burke Street.
Yeah, it'd be worse than Burke. You said you had people coming down from New South Wales even.
The traffic down
New South Wales and all around, and people are going to their time, their effort, and everything else. And guess what? What a day! And guess what it's called? Mate's Day.
Mate's Day.
Exactly, that's what it's all about.
That's the one day of the time that I'm going to have a mate.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Right on, mate.
Catch you later.
Mate.
Well, that was good. That was Trevor from Launching Way.
Launching Way,
That was
fantastic.
Anyway, look.
Western Port.
Huh?
No, Port Phillip Bay.
Port Phillip Bay.
That's right.
Right. Anyway, look, listen. We've got one more ad to go to. I don't know, do we? No, we don't. Well, listen. It's been really great. This is our first time. Right, we've done this. We've gone miles over time. We didn't
I think
expect
so,
to do it. One of our cameras is actually batteries died on us.
Memory's gone.
Right.
Running out of space.
Oh, the memories. We filled up the memories. Carl, you talk too much.
It was actually you.
All right.
Look at
both
you.
is.
Look at you.
Anyway, don't forget what's coming up is Mates Day, yeah, which, as you heard Trev say, that's going to be a great day. But if you're not involved with it and you're listening to this at the moment, please stay away from Launching Way because it's going to be hectic. There's going to be Mates Day. It's all about giving back to the community and also dealing with disabilities.
And the only time you'll be able to get in there is probably after 12 o'clock as
That's
well,
right.
because of the traffic that's going through there. So if you're going to be launching there, guys, it'll be probably after 12 o'clock you'll be able to might be sneaking into Launching Way there.
But like I said, Carl and I are both involved. We'll be down there. Right, and you've also got the Eildon Classic on this weekend as well. It's all weekend. It should be a really good time there. We were actually asked to go there, but during Mates Day I'm not going to be able to go up there. And look, another thing is too that you've got Guru Glenn doing a land-based snapper talk at Mitcham Anglican Club on the 30th of this month.
Yeah. Come on board.
If you want talking about land-based, we're talking about snapper
night before the tea tree.
Night before the tea
Yeah,
tree.
exactly.
That's
These will be a good little lesson.
But I've also, well, we're actually talking on land-based predominantly, righto, and which will be good. And of course, the night before the tree tea. So anyway, I've got to thank Bell Marine. We're going to really thank them for the premises. This is going to be a regular sort of thing.
Exactly.
We've got a couple of good things. I'm even getting Trevor to come down here and talk about safety on the water and a few other things. Because I want this not just to be a fishing thing. I want it to be an educational for fishers.
Yeah, for everybody.
And then I've got we're actually going to do a live one down at Nortec Marine.
There you go, fellas. Nortec,
who's
another sponsor for us as well. There you go.
Who's going to talk to us about electricals, GPSs, sounders and fishers and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So anyway, this is Guru Glenn and friends from That's the Thing About Fishing. We're signing off tonight.
Guru, fellas.
I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks, Paul. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, really great, mate. Really great.
Great educational.
Beautiful.
It's good stuff.
Well done, fellas. Well done.
Copy car.
Guru.
Nui.
Then Nui.
Oh, I'm going to die here.
See you
We're going to thank
later.
our producer, Ash, Amy, Steve and Belle from Bell Marine. We've had a great time and we really appreciate it. And I hope you've tuned into us and I hope you've enjoyed it.
Next week.
Sorry about the stupidity, but I can't help it.
But at least it's enjoyable.
I was born that way. So anyway.
Exactly.
Good night all.
Good night.
Night.